I was wondering for this podcast, can you make it epic?
Ready, steady, go!
The eye contact was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had another one too, but I'll save that for the post show.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we are back before and after the movies.
Episode 53, 52?
Yeah, I've honestly lost track
That's
at
not
this
just
point.
count it for a while.
Yeah. We're doing, can you give me the title of this movie?
Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga.
Nice.
I was pretty nervous.
Yeah. It's a bit wordy.
Yeah, I couldn't afford to get that wrong. It is a bit wordy. It's a little bit pretentious, but you kind of run with it because it's George Miller.
Yeah, so George Miller's back. I guess he never left the...
He just does one movie he does a Happy Feet and then a Mad Max.
Yeah, pretty much. He almost did Justice League.
That would have been sick.
Yeah. Starring Anya Taylor-Joy and...
Chris Hemsworth.
I think that's about it, right?
Nicholas Hoult.
Oh,
Makes a
really?
return, yeah.
I had no idea.
He's in the cast bill.
As
I can't remember.
Knox.
Oh, that role is mine.
Well, Knox, shout out there. Do you want to do, it's been a while, do you want to do side reviews or do you want to do fast
Oh, he said
questions?
sad reviews. I was like, oh, new segment.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking for this, for my side reviews, instead of doing like a review for each one, I was just going to say them all back to back, like pretty fast. And then whichever one kind of grabs your attention, you can kind of hear more about.
I like that.
Some of these are rewatches, but this is in the past like week or week and a half. Godzilla 2014, Fallout, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Talk to Me, The Revenant, Mission Impossible 3.
Okay, so I definitely want to hear your thoughts on Talk to Me. Godzilla 2014.
Yeah, I knew that would get you.
And obviously Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. So Talk to Me is my second viewing. Saw it with like somewhat, but I was watching it with people who hadn't seen it.
Okay.
Not as good the second time, and they weren't into it at all.
A little too. Did you watch it with
the guy from the UK, like a very
So I wonder
good buddy.
if the culture is different.
Oh, that was fucking shit.
Because it's all an allegory to
He's like,
drug
why are they
use.
doing that? He didn't like their motivations, and they
Interesting.
didn't buy it. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, this movie fucking sucks, man.
yeah, but it's still good. It's got some decent scares, so it's okay.
Okay.
Then you asked for
Godzilla 2014.
Godzilla 2014.
It hits, dude. It's a
First
good
time
movie.
viewing it since it was in theaters. Watched it with my wife.
Yeah.
It was good. It's just one of those movies that's good.
All right.
But it's a little bit low. Not that much happens the entire time.
But that's what makes it good. It's
Yeah.
like it's a lot of tension building, a lot of shadows.
yeah, a lot of shadows.
Very dark and mysterious.
And yeah, it strikes a nice balance of like serious movie and blockbuster.
Yeah.
The acting's like pretty good for
Yeah.
most of the actors. Like Aaron Taylor Johnson's good. I was like looking at Bond while watching it. I was like, I could fucking see this.
Okay.
And then Cranston's just sensational.
Cranston. Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, like some of the best visual effects I've ever seen in a movie.
It's good.
Like photorealistic, and we watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes like a couple days later.
That's
the James Franco one.
I like that one, yeah.
And but it just looked so much worse. Like it was
Oh.
quite striking.
Interesting.
So that's like what I would say. Like the hair on the apes and stuff it's gone to a new level.
It's a good movie.
And like as a movie, it's pretty small scale. It's not like
I like that.
Yeah, it's small scale. It's very ape heavy. Like humans are like minor characters.
That's kind of what you want, though. It's,
Yeah.
The franchise has been progressing to that.
Yeah, it's a good like journey movie, but it doesn't. There's nothing about it where you're like, yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, it doesn't floor you like Dawn did, which is like that movie's like a 10 for me.
That movie's good, yeah. I've actually only seen it once, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's solid. I would recommend seeing it in theaters as well. I've heard the IMAX is top notch.
All right, well, I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah.
I've actually been on a movie fucking tear. So I'll do the same thing as you. I'll list them, and you can just stop me.
I like this.
Fuck. Holy shit.
You want to hear him ramble about everything?
So we last did Dune Part 2, right? That was our last episode? No. Was it
No.
Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good one.
Roadhouse. Okay. I got Bottoms, the comedy movie.
Don't know what that is.
Theater Camp.
Never heard of it. Are
She's
these
like
like
Baby.
these sound like Disney Channel
No,
originals?
man. These are like art house films.
Okay.
Shiva Baby. Late Night with the Devil, starring David Duchovny. Anatomy of a Fall. This is 40. Rebel Moon Part 2.
the tremble in your voice. Rebel Moon.
The Beekeeper.
I saw that on your letterbox.
Godzilla Kong, The New Empire. And just last night, Civil War.
Whew. Wow. Don't even know where to start.
Because you forgot them. I'll read it again.
No, I remember them. Let's hear about Civil War.
Okay, Civil War. So I just had a chance to kind of think this one through. It's a good movie, and I think everyone kind of knows at this point. It follows photographers and press. It's not like a very war-centric movie. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the theme of the movie is like the horror of war and whatnot, which is portrayed really well. But the backdrop and the choice to have like a 2026 American Civil War confused me a bit, because if you're going to show the horrors and atrocity of war, which it does extremely well, like you should do a nonfiction event. You should do a real war that people can be like, oh shit, this actually happened.
But don't you need to see it in the context of like modern time? Isn't that a cool twist? That's what movies are kind of for.
And that's what it's cool. It does that really well, but it doesn't touch on that enough. Like it's such a cool concept that you wish it explored that more, and then maybe had a different story or a different film for this Kirsten Dunst story.
I feel like I've heard multiple people kind of like make that point.
Yeah.
So like I'm very curious to see it. Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, just go with that lens and I think you'll enjoy it more.
Godzilla Kong, The New Empire.
It's a movie that
want to offend.
It's so bright.
Is it brighter than Godzilla versus Kong?
Brighter.
Holy shit.
If you read my letterbox, like it's not even good for what it is.
No, yeah.
It takes place in like a CGI Hollow Earth where you completely lose the scale of the monsters, of the kaiju, and it's just like they just look like little humans, normal sized apes.
Is this at home?
Yeah, it's not at home. It's not good. Skip.
Okay. Wow. Like, yeah. Okay. I won't give you. I won't push you for a rating then. Last one. Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, so good. I will say that there's a lot of like legalese and courtroom drama that maybe comes across as a bit too dramatic.
Is it like Suitsy?
I've never seen Suits.
Oh, I see.
But there's a lot of like objection and back and forth and like...
So liar, liar.
Kind of. Yeah. And for someone who's not well versed in that domain at all, like I was just eating it up. I was like on the edge of my seat. I thought it was incredible. You read online.
You know, I love movies of like listening to experts talk about their craft,
yes.
i.e. Moneyball.
Yeah. Moneyball, the best movie ever made. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I've been like aching to watch it. Sure. Cool. That was great. I enjoyed that. That was a good segment.
All right. Let me hit you with some fast questions.
Okay.
How early or late will she lose the arm?
45 minutes.
Yeah, so relatively early, I think.
Like, and starting of the second act.
Okay. Question 2. Charlize cameo at the end, kind of like a transition into Charlize.
No.
Why not?
I feel like George and Charlize are just like, from what I've heard, they like butted heads a lot, and I don't see it for that reason. But it would be cool.
Question 3.
Maybe they'll cut to like archival footage, like an existing shot of her.
Okay, yeah. I thought maybe she would like, it would be like Anya Taylor-Joy standing and it would slowly morph into
Oh, they
Charlize.
would just be like staring face to face at each other and then kind of like murphing into one. Murphing. Just murphing.
Question 3 is there's been a lot of talk about the lack of practical effects.
Yes.
Do you see that in the trailer, or does that bother you?
If so, like I think my eye's pretty good. If I feel like he's taken a few too many shortcuts, you'll be hearing about it from me.
That's good. Okay. That's what I wanted to hear. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, are you excited to watch this movie?
I am. I'm very stoked. I'm a huge fan of Fury Road.
Yeah.
I've heard like one of the interesting things going into this is the big thing I've heard is like, it's great, but don't go in expecting another Fury Road.
Okay.
And I want to know what that means.
Well, I think like,
because I've heard this got action. So is it more like
Fury Road was famously nominated for an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
When I first saw this movie,
it wasn't nominated for Best Picture, was it?
Yeah, Best Picture. So when they expanded to 10, yeah.
Okay. Oh, the Inception year. No, that was the year.
Yeah,
2010 they did 10.
The Dark Knight didn't get nominated or whatever.
No, that was the one before.
Yeah.
But so it also did.
They expanded to 10.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Dark Knight has the longest lasting legacy on the Oscars.
Your face as you were getting into that. Are you going to break your coffee cup? Fuck.
So yeah, when this movie was announced, I kind of rolled my eyes because you wanted to follow Tom Hardy a bit more, Max. And it kind of seems like a bit of a cash grab.
This movie?
Yeah, and like less of a labor of love. And I say that up until I read that they took like 76 days to film some 15-minute action scene.
Yeah.
As soon as I read that, I'm in. But yeah. I don't think it's going to be as Oscar worthy because it just seems like it got pumped out a bit quicker.
Maybe, but like it's been in development hell for a while. So I think he's been working on, because I remember it was going to be Charlize at one point, and then Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I think George Miller's taken his time. He hasn't done a movie in a while. And I think he's a vet. So it's like by the time they actually shoot, he knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah.
But
one
maybe,
and done.
yeah, maybe he's doing like a lot of CGI and that would be a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
the
that.
first trailer was a bit
Hyper real. Like it's a very different visual palette.
Yes.
And we're just going to have to get used to that. It's
Yeah,
a bit
that's
brighter.
A good way. It's a bit brighter. But I think that's a good way to put it. Don't go in expecting the grittiness and like this
It's a different story, different vibe. It's like seems a bit more like Kill Bill like.
Yeah.
Like
I think
surreal violence I could see.
Immortan Joe's still in it, right? A bit of a younger one. That's
right.
cool.
That character was like truly disturbing. Like I saw a video. I can't take credit for this. It was like what's his name? Sorry.
Immortan Joe.
Immortan Joe is like one of the most terrifying villains in movie history. And I watched it and I'm like, fuck, like this guy, he's just truly evil. Like his enjoyment for human suffering is like very
barely gives them any water.
Yeah, he's just a sick, nasty piece of work. And I'm excited to see more of him.
Cool.
And I'm very excited to see, I'm a big Chris Hemsworth fan.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see his performance as like a villain. I think that's very
and it
drawing.
seems like he's having fun. He's kind of hamming it up, but not in the Thor way where it's like silly. It seems like he's really kind of embracing the Mad Max world where you are a character, right?
Kind of what Nick Holt did in Fury Road. And again, he was one of the big highlights of that movie.
Yeah.
Cool. It's so interesting. I wanted to ask you about, trivia. I got one trivia question for you. What is the other movie that Furiosa is competing with at the box office this weekend?
Oh, Garfield, The Tale of Two Cats.
No, that's
it's just Garfield.
Elevation. Apparently, people say that movie's gonna make like $100 million.
I can see it, man.
Yeah.
But you fucking
The kids are
your
like-
nephews are already lining up for it.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
hate Mondays.
Yeah. Who is it? Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so it is Mario and
so
Garfield.
unoriginal. Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Who else could have been Garfield?
That's a good question. Someone who's got like a low, like Keanu Reeves or something.
Oh yeah, no, he's in the Knuckle. He's like Knuckles or Shadow.
That's Idris Elba.
No,
Oh
he's
wait, Idris
Knuckles.
Elba's Knuckles.
Yeah.
Shadow.
That's hilarious. Sonic. I saw like the first teaser or whatever.
We still have to watch Sonic.
It's a
Have you
good
seen
time.
Sonic 2?
No, remember how much we hated the first
Yeah.
one? People like it though.
People
That
like
movie's
it,
got a
yeah.
weird fan base. Okay, I got a few other predictions here for you. Okay, one thing for you. Do you think we'll get a cameo of Mad Max as like a teenager?
No.
So no mention of him.
No
like,
mention of
there's
Max.
a crazy guy. Like
No, yeah.
nothing like
We
that.
might have other cameos, but no mention of Max.
Okay. Do you think this will be a cliffhanger ending? Do you think George is committing to doing another film? Do you think the studio
With Anya Taylor-Joy?
who knows?
Because the way they name it, a Mad Max
Brings them
Saga.
together. Yeah.
But I am really curious, and I have this written down, like she goes from because Chris Hemsworth is the villain. We hate Immortan Joe.
Maybe it'll be a Chris Hemsworth solo
No.
because he introduced, it
Yeah,
follows
okay,
a pattern.
I'm just curious to see how Furiosa goes from this rebellious character to Immortan Joe's like most trusted hired hitman kind of thing.
But she always had like duplicitous intentions. When she
I
was
know,
doing
but
that.
it's like it seems like this movie takes place like 15 years before or something like that. So it's like you probably done some pretty sinister things to keep this up. So it's like, how does she kind of, what's her character arc to become that? I don't think we're gonna visit that in this movie, but we'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I do predict a very bloody final battle between Anya and Chris.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's going to be that's probably the scene that you were thinking about. Like, just something that's just very long, very epic, very like over the top. And that's kind of like your big payoff. I think whereas Fury Road was like pretty consistent action.
Yep.
I think this one's going to be different in that like it'll be action, but it won't be until like the third act where like most of the
So
action
you think more of a
happens.
3-act structure.
Yeah. Like a very slow build is what I'm kind of
Okay.
going for.
I did read that there is again very minimal dialogue in this movie.
yeah, which I like.
I like that. Yeah.
Dude, I got one more. And it kind of ties into Mad Max. I rewatched Logan like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Nice.
Like that.
Is that why you're
movie-
on my ass about getting 10
Yeah. I've just been going through this X-Men kick. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, I need tickets.
I want to watch X-Men 97, and that's my next view that I'm going to use as my couple pick. So Joy's going to have to watch it with me. But yeah, no, that's cool. And I think that's what I want from this movie. Like brooding, dark. Like what I love about Logan is like how hopeless it feels. Like
Yep.
it feels and the universe feels so alive. And that's kind of what I see from this is just more building out of this world. And like, we didn't really see a lot of that in Fury Road compared to like the original Mad Maxes, where you see like a lot of like venturing to like communities or whatever. It was just all in a desert. So like, I want to see some world building in this one too.
Okay, yeah. Do you think Anya Taylor-Joy is a good actor?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've kind of seen her.
This is where you start putting actors through the ringer. Like, you just want to beg. Look at your arms crossed.
Oh, I mean, like,
she sucks.
She's really good in The Menu.
Yeah, and that was pretty recent. Give the girl
okay. I just going back to Dune, where it's like
Queen's Gambit obviously got her. She brought some grace time with that.
Okay, yeah. And then you watched Last Night in Soho. She good in that?
She's pretty good in that. That was more Edgar Wright's fuck up. That movie's not that good.
But this is more of a physical role, and she was good in The Northman as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I do have a note here is that I hope they don't tease us with the loss of the arm or make it a big climactic point. Like, we all know it's coming. You don't have to do this big reveal where it's like, just let it happen.
I feel like it'd be cool if she kind of, my prediction after you say that is like, it kind of subverts your expectation where she just like doesn't make a fucking big deal of it. Like, she loses it in an action scene and everyone else is panicking. She just fucking like cauterizes it. And she's like, let's fucking move. That would be cool.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's fucking go. I can't wait to see this movie.
What time do we have? Oh, we got some time.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get like a cameo from Fury Road characters? So not Max, but maybe like the Bullet Farmer, if you recall him.
Yeah,
like the big guy
guitar and the musician guy.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, get the guitar guy as like a kid.
I don't really want to like do too much like callbacks to the previous movie.
I wouldn't hate a little Thunderdome action though.
I don't know much about what is the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome was the third one.
Yeah.
And it was basically like 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That's what they would chant. Oh. So you go in like this dome.
Maybe that's the finale that I was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
In the Thunderdome, lady and gentlemen.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with your voices right now.
I'm getting excited to watch this movie. And I think we've been going to a lot of movies lately that like my expectations are sky high. Like Dune 2. Mission Impossible was another one that we did. I think this one, like, I'm just hoping to be entertained. So I'm not. And
it's not like you have this pre-built like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not dying of excitement.
Yeah, but, you don't need it to be good.
It's been a while since I've been to the theaters, so.
Yeah, it's been a minute. The Kingdom was the last one that I went to see, and that was a great movie experience. Nice. So I think what we're seeing though, is like a good trend of like the movies that are coming out. They're not like slaying at the box office necessarily, but I think we're seeing that studios have like started to listen to like people wanting like more stories, like more gritty, more grounded, like take your time with it. Stop doing these like the Marvels and fucking Quantum Mania. Oh. So we're seeing the first batch of movies come out that I think are going to be better.
Yeah, actually I read an article that's like the blockbusters are kind of transitioning now. We're back in the era of the mid tier kind of.
Yeah.
Where you get these movies where, like you said, there's more
Civil
story
War
based.
is another one that's kind of out. That's like not really based on anything.
And it gives a lot of new actors a chance to kind of flex. I mean, this movie's a horrible example of that. But Civil War is a good example. There's like the girl who played Priscilla is in it. Kirsten Dunst. We haven't seen her in a lot of things.
100%. You know the other movie that's out this week that has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Is it Garfield?
No, that's got like a 37. I wrote it down as well.
Oh God, what is it?
Hitman.
Oh, with my boy Richard Linklater.
Richard
still
Linklater
have his personal cell number.
And Glenn Powell.
I said I still have his personal cell number.
I gotcha. Everyone else heard it. But this is like this is what else is exciting is it's a more traditional comedy. Like I haven't actually, if you've seen the poster, it's like more of a it reminded me of like an Apatow era, like a Bridesmaids or something like that.
Kind of like The Nice Guys as well.
Everyone always says that. You're
that movie is criminally underrated.
Yeah, you're fucking with me for sure.
I watched the trailer for The Hitman. Is that what it's called?
And 98.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like, is he a hitman or is he not a hitman?
Maybe that's the whole point. I don't know. But
it's out this weekend, hey?
I think it's Netflix as well.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie it's going to get fucking demolished in the box office, which I feel bad for.
Yeah, it's going to pummeled back down.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why it is in Netflix originally.
Are you sure it's on Netflix?
Yeah. No, I'm not, but I'm pretty fucking
I don't
sure.
think it is.
We'll look after this. Okay.
Look now.
I saw the big Netflix banner on it.
If that's true, I'll probably go home and watch that tonight.
In select theaters now, Netflix June 7th.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on Glenn Powell? He's kind of blowing up.
Yeah, he's blowing up. He's the next big thing.
What's his big summer blockbuster movie? trivia.
Oh, the coming out still?
Yeah.
Oh, or like
it's coming out this summer. It's gonna be huge.
I saw. Did you see his comments on Jurassic Park?
Is he in that
He
as
got
well?
he got offered the lead in that, and he's actually under a bit of fire, in a bit of hot water, because he's like, I read the script and I said like, there's nothing I can add to this, but it's a great script, and everyone was like, oh, that's so like condescending, and just
God.
like, yeah, exactly.
He's earned that right.
Okay, what the fuck has he done?
Scarlett Johansson's in that movie, hey?
Yeah,
That's wild.
She was gonna be opposite him. Glenn Powell.
Okay, give me his big.
I don't know.
You've seen the trailer.
It's not like Gladiator, is it?
No.
Is it a franchise?
It's a remake of a very old movie. Well, it's actually a sequel of a very old movie.
Dude, it's not coming.
This movie also used to be like a ride or a show at Universal.
The Mummy?
Twisters.
Oh yeah, fuck. Of course.
Well,
That
wrangle
looks
me
sick.
up a Cat 5.
That looks like a sick movie.
It looks fun.
I forgot that he's in that. Who the fuck is he to be like, oh, I can add to your Jurassic Park movie? Lining up a fucking Twisters lead role? Fuck you, Glenn.
I think this Linklater movie's got him on his high horse right now.
You still riding as anyone but you. Fucking high.
We get it. You're good looking, Glenn.
His fucking Photoshop poster. Yeah.
His little face.
He's
where
like,
it's
yeah,
he's got all the
I'm
lines
sick.
on his cheek.
I'm
Yeah.
sick. I love him. Okay, who are you casting? Glenn Powell's joining the MCU.
I was just about to say, why do we always
Doctor
go
Doom.
to the MCU?
It's got
Doom. Fuck, I could actually see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's our Doctor Doom.
Reed?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good show.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Julia Garner, thoughts as the Silver Surfer, the iteration before Norman Rad.
The wife. She ends up becoming the wife of the Silver Surfer.
Okay. Internet hated it.
I think it's brilliant.
She's an incredible actress.
I'm excited about this Fantastic Four movie. I think it's going to be sick. It takes place in the multiverse in another universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the regular Silver Surfer is going to be the Silver Surfer in the 616 universe, and they're going to put those two together.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone just needs to fucking chill out, stop demanding, oh, it has to be this way, this way. Let them do their thing, watch the movie.
Let them cook. All right.
Let them cook. It's got a great cast. I think it's going to all end with Doctor Doom and them coming over to their universe. Doctor Doom's going to be allies with the Fantastic Four, and then he's going to see the power that Kang has, and then he's going to end up being set up as a long-term successor of the big bad.
Nice.
I can't wait.
Fuck.
Dude,
I'm going to edit that out and save it for the Deadpool podcast.
Yeah. The MCU is like, it's taken a few L's lately, but I think they're going to come back.
They just got you hook, line, and sinker, right? I'm very hesitant still.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're taking their time. I think the new Spider-Man's going to be good. Kingpin, the Resistance thing, they're going to get it right now.
I have no idea what you're talking
Although
about.
I think Captain America is going to be terrible. Did you hear about the test screenings?
Yeah, I heard.
There's like research after, and so that one I'm worried about. But
all right, so let's get set for what's it called? Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga.
don't cut that.
Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Yeah, we'll see you back here in 3,
2,
1. So, Scrotus, what did you think of the movie?
I don't know. Rictus. Wow, what did I think? Where to start? I have a feeling we're going to disagree on this movie. I can already sense it.
I hope you don't come in here saying, what an incredible masterpiece.
I thought it was absolutely spectacular.
Oh my God.
Stunning movie. Absolutely loved it.
It was good. It was good.
I liked it more than Fury Road, for sure.
What the fuck?
100%.
Are you okay, Anthony?
Yeah.
I can give you one last chance to take that back
No,
before
I'm
it is
doubling down.
immortalized in this podcast.
This is my new thing. Sticking up for Furiosa and how good it was.
Okay. Well,
I thought like basically what I have here, breathtaking set pieces from start to finish, the creativity in those chase scenes, just the ingenuity of the mechanics and the choreography was just like absolutely like, it's just so tense. I was so immersed in the action. I thought the story was better than the first one. The first one didn't really have a story. Mm-hmm. I felt more for the character. I got her like whole revenge. I was like with her the entire time. I thought Chris Hemsworth was magnificent, super entertaining, great complex villain. I love the world building, everything I wanted in that sense. It got like the 3 districts, Gas Town, Bullet, the Bullet Farm, and
The Citadel.
the Citadel. It all converged. It covered a massive amount of time. It felt like a real saga. The chapters, I was in. I loved it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, no. Yeah, I thought Chris Hemsworth gives himself probably the performance of his career thus far.
Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy was great physically as well.
It was crazy how long it took for her to come into the movie.
Yeah.
That really took me by surprise.
Yeah, I had no issues with that. I think like you said in the pre-show, like it is it's different from Fury Road. It's different pace.
Yeah.
Like a lot more narrative.
It was definitely
structure.
like, there was more like Fury Road style action than I was expecting. Like, especially that last sort of, they switched up the dynamic of it just being like driving straight, but there were like a lot of car chases and different rule sets. Like sometimes the characters are like, they've got more arsenal. Sometimes they're just down to the bare bones. They did like so many different combinations, like circular chase scenes and like the big mining well, like the sniping was great. Yeah. Like, really hit all the marks for me.
Yeah, I think I found the pacing to be a bit off in certain
It is
moments.
long.
It felt really long.
Yeah.
I felt like the movie, I thought it was going to end at least 3 times.
Yeah. But I was just always like happy to see one more chase. I was like, all right, let's go.
And like, this is more of a nitpick, is like the timeline gets a little fucky with it ending right around Fury Road. Because like I wanted to see, if you're going to do that, then I want to see her kind of gain Immortan Joe's trust and kind of build that relationship. Instead, you just kind of get like one scene.
I mean, we kind of
near the
understood
end of
that
the
she's
40-day
like,
war. Like, show me the 40-day war, you know?
the movie wasn't about that though. It was just about her biding her time and waiting for the moment where she was going to get a crack at him.
Do you like the timeline of where it ends?
Yeah, like I see what you mean. Like, more just from like, I do struggle with like recastings, and it's hard to like, because the characters give off like very different energies, I would say. Like Charlize Theron's version, I assumed that like by the time we meet her iteration, it had been like longer, whereas like we kind of got right up to where the last one started.
Yeah.
So I see that maybe we didn't need that. Like, it could have still ended with like a gap period, but it didn't really bother me.
Yeah, I guess I talked about
it tied in like more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I was like questioning her morals and her ethics if she's going to be this hired hitman for Immortan Joe, but she kind of just remains true to herself.
Yeah, floats around the different groups, kind of just like doing what she needs to do to survive.
Yeah, bides her time.
Cultivating her skills. I loved like the war rig. That was just really, really cool. Love the design of that. Yeah.
Obviously, like, it's going to draw comparisons to Fury Road. But in a way, if like you remove the setting, it does feel a bit different.
Yeah, I felt bigger. Like, it felt like and I thought it was going to be a bit more intimate. But like that first one, I think when we go back now, the first one will always have that, or the Fury Road will have that charm of it feeling a bit more like practical, especially when it shows a bunch of clips from Fury Road at the end. You see how different it feels.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that I've been exposed to this, like I feel like when you go back and watch those other scenes, like the action scenes were better in like every way.
Wow. What are
they
these?
Were slicker.
These are crazy takes.
I mean, the critics are agreeing with me. It's getting lauded.
When they like the parachute scene, we're like,
so
that was sick.
The physics throughout the whole thing. Her
that was really
working
sick.
as like a scavenger, just crawling around the vehicle, like repairing wherever things needed to be done. Like, he likes that.
I did like that.
It just kept going, and then like even the opening with her mom like protecting her and killing so many of them and like outwitting them, and like everyone thinking on their feet, like, oh, someone's dead, take the gasoline, pour it in the bike. All those little attention to details are like so well thought out.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a good opening. I think my biggest gripe, and you may not feel the same way, is that the score done by Junkie XL again, it felt a little lackluster. Like, there wasn't much like chase ramp up. It was more like
like there were some moments where it got like really loud, and like the drums would just like accelerate, and it kind of like almost like frightened you a little bit.
But there wasn't like the
so you just wanted the same score.
No, I mean, I want like a play of that, because when I leave this movie, you keep talking about chase scenes, but it didn't really feel like chase scenes. It more felt like road combat.
Combat,
is what Mad Max said. Let's get into B-Tech Mad Max.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you needed an actor with a bit more gravitas for that role.
I thought
What's his name? Like, I see Tom Burke.
Tom Burke.
Yeah, where was Glenn Powell during that sequence?
I don't. Do you see him as like, oh, we had to have a Mad Max like character?
Yeah, I think
I didn't really see that too much.
I think she needed like some sort of ally, some sort of like mentor.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't expect it to go in like more of a romance. Like, they could have gone with like the old like oil head who doesn't see her in like a sexual way, but like they kind of went with
I guess a
bit of a B-Tech Mad Max.
That helped Chris Hemsworth like really make him villainous if he like kills his mom.
He gets her twice.
Yeah, he gets her twice.
Oh, that scene was like really dark. Like,
yeah.
And the graphic violence was like quite extreme. How did you feel about how they handled the arm?
I actually wrote down handled excellently. Yeah, it wasn't a big show of it. Yeah. It wasn't like,
I was kind of right in that she just like got on with it. Like one little scream and then yeah, I thought that was really cool.
And it wasn't like a momentous thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I honestly kind of caught me by surprise.
And it was going back and forth, and he was like equal to her skill, which was really cool. Oh man, it's just so good.
Thoughts on the kind of the final confrontation between?
Yeah, it was like there's more dialogue than I was expecting. It was very poetic, like one of those scenes. It's like quite an extended scene of dialogue between them that you maybe have to like see a couple times to really like let it sink in and understand all the deeper meanings, especially like the way that she eventually. Do we see the relics of that in Fury Road? Like, is there like a skeleton where that tree is or something? Because that would be sick.
That would be sick. I actually didn't realize that was him.
Oh yeah, she just kept him malnourished to like the point of death, I guess, like for the rest of his life.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
This movie did nothing wrong. It had no flaws other than it was like maybe a bit long.
Yeah, the pacing, there was like some slow moments.
Yeah, it's only because we were in the uncomfy theater.
I think, yeah, because like compared to Fury Road, it's just breakneck. You know, you don't get time to breathe. Yeah. This movie is more typical in the sense that
a lot of like fade to blacks and then like.
But I like that. I like that. I like this movie.
Yeah, it's okay that you liked it.
Yeah, it's not amazing.
I think it was amazing.
That's fair. Yeah. I think it's a good movie. And I think if you're looking at between Garfield and Mad Max,
I'd go
Furiosa. Go Furiosa.
100%. Crazy, unexpected, neither ding for either of us. Mad Max cameo.
Yeah, I didn't think
full-fledged. Well, you don't see his face.
You know who it was?
Go on.
Is Tom Hardy's stunt double from Fury Road.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was nice because that was exactly how the first one started.
First one starts.
With him stepping on the bug thing or the rodent.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
I'm surprised. Yeah, and actually to that point, I did write down, it's nice that this movie, for a prequel in a world chock full of prequels, it didn't have too much fan service, which I appreciate. So you think like Solo, where it's like Han Solo. It's
yeah, like checking off all the moments.
Yeah, this was just like, we'll show you Max, but like he's not going to come in and save the day.
No, he's floating around in the world.
And there's no like, I mean, we see how she loses her arm, but it played out really well. It wasn't like, and here's how she loses her arm.
It just was part of this story.
Yes.
I thought that like this is kind of a random point, but like the makeup of the three different sort of resource centers, like I think it just felt very video gamey. I would love to see like a big open world like role playing video game in this universe.
Well, there is a 2015 Mad Max video game.
Yeah, but
apparently it's pretty good.
I'm talking like
apparently
new
it's
game.
Pretty good.
No, I can see it now.
Procedurally generated sandstorm.
Yeah. No, we need a big open world, modern graphics, bunch of vehicle driving.
You're not getting that.
Explore all the worlds. No, but I thought the world was like very vibrant. And I personally really want to see like even more from this franchise.
Yes, I think I do as well. But I think you got to be careful because like you got to keep George Miller at the helm. Although he's getting up there in age, it's like I can see like this
late 70s.
I can see this being diluted down into like a very, very cheap cash grab.
Yeah, if it got in the wrong hands, it could easily become another like Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes,
but like this is just showing the Fast team like how you do like.
Yes, that's a good point. This is how you do car action.
Yeah, like the words they have for like grenades and stuff, like boomsticks or like thunder sticks. Like that was all so cool. And just, the way that the different squadrons and teams have like built up this like military command and the way they all work together, even though it's so every man for yourself in this world. But like they still are kind of working together, but you know they could all turn on each other at any moment.
Yeah, that was
It's
actually
just a ruthless, unforgiving place.
when Furiosa's mom comes and rescues her in the beginning, and she like spares that lady because she's a mother, and like instantly you see her run to go tell them. And I thought that was really cool because usually in a movie you'd be like, you see that like, oh, there was no real Chekhov's gun. Everything happened linearly, and it really worked. Where it wasn't like, oh, that's gonna come back. Everything just boom, boom, boom.
Everything
boom,
happened
boom.
just as it was. Yeah, I agree.
And I think that makes for actually a unique film experience.
Yep. What did you think of like seeing more of like the green world?
Yeah, the green place, as they call it. I thought we were definitely going to go back there.
Yeah, that's like maybe one thing I feel like he is maybe saving for like his final installment, like a battle. I thought the end battle was going to take place there, and we've never really seen like that explored fully. I don't know if it does it even exist because is it at the end of Fury Road?
So in Fury Road, they get there and it's all gone. It's turned to sand. So then they run back to the Citadel and take that over.
And he's like, we could find another one together.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, they didn't say another one, but he's like, we can do it together.
And then that's when Furiosa realizes like everyone's left.
Would you entertain Tom Hardy returning to this franchise for
absolutely.
a third one?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
You could never get Tom and
Anya. I was saying Tom and Charlize famously came to blows on the set.
But it feels to me like I remember when near after the first one came out, like he was talking about doing a Furiosa movie. Like that was always his vision. And I could really feel that this wasn't just like, oh, let's do another Mad Max because it's gonna, it's a well-known franchise. Like it felt to me like I could feel George Miller's passion behind the camera, like just as much as Fury Road.
Yeah.
Which is like the best thing I can say about this movie. It didn't feel like a retread.
I agree, yeah. And I think that's a very special thing to capture, and
it's rare.
I don't think it can be passed off to anyone.
And it doesn't feel like anything else. Like it's so unique in its tone that like it doesn't have like that MCU problem of like all the movies within the franchise just kind of feel the same, or even to the larger like genre. Like this to me is very much its own thing. Like,
okay, here's your third prequel. How would you feel about this?
Going back further,
Chris Hemsworth. And we're like maybe halfway.
Because you hear about his...
Yeah, we're halfway through the descent of the Earth. So you kind of see it becoming the wasteland and the different wars.
I don't think we could ever have Chris Hemsworth as a protagonist because I think his character was too like irrefutably liked hurting people too much for him to have like changed.
Yeah.
So
to even side with it.
I think I'm always dodgy with prequels. Like I prefer to move forward with the story if possible. Like I'd like to see something with like a green place war versus like the wasteland. Like that would excite me.
But the green place is gone.
Yeah, but there's gotta be another one somewhere.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting hung up on the timeline of this. I don't like how it ended with her leading the ladies into the truck, and that kind of where Fury Road starts.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Give me like a 2 to 3 year gap.
Yes.
But then at the same time, I was thinking like, okay, like her escape is already. What is going to cause her to stay? And that kind of answered my question in the sense that nothing. She just goes right away.
Yeah, like it wasn't.
So I do like that. Yeah.
It wasn't the smoothest from like a character point of view because like when we meet her character, like you don't get the sense that she's just like been through all that. Like you get a feeling like she's had time to like she's thinking about things that happened like a while ago. It doesn't feel as like fresh as I think it would if you made these movies in the other order, like you did this first and then you made the Fury Road plot. She would be very different.
Yes.
So I feel like, but if you have the gap, then you can just be like, oh, well, that's what happened in the gap.
Yeah, oh, this happened in the gap.
Yeah. So I do think that's like a fair minor criticism, but nothing that like hurt my enjoyment until we like started talking about it.
Yeah, and it's like the very last scene of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. No Nicholas Hoult. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I kept waiting to see him.
Yeah.
I
kind of made it part of the fun. I was like, he's got to be somewhere.
What was your favorite action scene?
Ooh, let's see. I think it was when they went into it wasn't when they went into the bullet farm and there was like the chase like as they're descending down.
That was cool.
And he's like Chris Hemsworth's hiding behind the water tank. Like that was just very nail biting.
Yeah, it was cool.
Very like well thought out. Like getting into the gate. Something about it just like the action feels very much like he doesn't, like in a lot of action movies like a Fast and Furious, they'll kind of like skip over really important logistical things. Like they'll just be in the castle or there'll be like a cut and everyone's kind of arrived. But this, like you see them like figure out every problem. It's like, oh, the gate's closed. Like we actually have to like figure out how to open the gate.
Pick up a bite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It feels very like, like there's countless hours of like the people behind this movie, like trying to work out the coolest way to do like every situation. There's just a lot of thought in everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like these movies take a bit more time.
Yeah, fair enough. I think another small complaint I have is like, it seemed like whenever there was like a chase or something like that, like people would just catch up very easily.
Yeah. Based on the vehicle you have. And she had like her little like NOS thing she used a couple times.
I don't know.
Some of like the steep uphill traversals and downhills on the bike, like I thought were really well done. It was just like dangerous and made me feel, my adrenaline was like quite high throughout the movie.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie.
And like the action scenes would do that thing where like they kind of make you think they're done. And then it's like, oh fuck, like we got another phase of this to go. Like, let's go. The status quo's changed again. They've swapped vehicles.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'm very impressed. It surpassed my expectations.
Did you still think it's better than Fury Road?
Yes, I'm going to stick with it. I think it's better than Fury Road.
I don't think it's better than Fury Road, but I think it's a good movie.
Fury Road has that fantastic like 3-way fight scene with like the handcuffs and all that. That's pretty untouchable. Like, yeah. Oh. Yeah, this guy's got a great eye for action.
Yeah.
Give this guy a Bond movie.
I wonder box office wise how it's going to do.
Yeah. They're saying it's on track to be the lowest Memorial Day opening weekend since like 87 or something.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of excitement around this movie because we've been inundated with horrible prequels.
Yeah.
But this movie's almost like, minus that final scene, it's almost not really a prequel.
No,
it's kind of just a same universe movie, which I think we need to see more of in these larger franchises.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars. Give me a same universe movie, but don't fucking shove Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in there.
I couldn't agree more. I think, if you're listening to this, go see this movie in theaters. I think it's worth your time to get out and go and see it. It's going to be better on the big screen than it's going to be at home.
Yeah, and I think it's one of our few summer blockbusters that is actually going to be good.
Yeah.
You tell me Twisters is going to be good? No.
There's a lot of sort of more generic movies coming our way. I think it's fair to say. Like Deadpool and Wolverine, we have a lot of hope for that, but it's very much like, it's not a film in the same way this is a film.
Yeah.
Like that's more of like a big spectacle.
Yeah. And I did say in the pre-show that like this movie, I didn't think it was a labor of love, but I like to rescind that and say like,
nice.
There's a lot of people worked hard on this movie.
Yeah. And it
shows.
It feels original in an age where there's not a ton of original stuff out. It felt very original to me.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm glad you now agree it's better than Fury Road.
No, I don't agree it's better than Fury Road.
All right. Well, we'll see you very shortly on our next episode. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in today.
Thanks for listening. I've been Owen.
I've been Anthony.